Support for Mission Nonprofit is provided by Thurston Talk.
Hi, I'm Robert Kim, and you're watching Mission Nonprofit. Each month, we connect with local organizations and agencies that are making a positive impact in our communities. We've invited Lisa Gillotti, Larry Pederson, and Peter Cook from Build a Bus Home to talk about their work. Thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. Good to be here.
Glad to be here.
And Lisa, you started this organization with $1.75, and I hope that more people do this because it's amazing. I mean, what a need we have out there. You build homes, but right now you've built a shower. Your ambition is to build homes for people out of buses or other vehicles. Tell me what you envisioned when you started this organization and how did it come about?
Good question, Robert. So thanks for having us. I had a vision to bring homes to low-income individuals in Thurston County. Not necessarily just singles, but people like myself that needed a place to live, that they could be mobile, that they could maybe live in a park together. So, like you said, I started with $1.76 in my checking account, and I went looking for a website named buildabushome.org, and it was 99 cents plus tax, $1.37. I was like, okay, I can afford that.
And what do you see the future of Build a Bus Home to be like? What are your goals for this organization? You are a nonprofit, so tell me, what would you like to see this go?
Well, right now we're focusing, like you said, on hygiene. So we have a shower trailer, and we're bringing that to the homeless in Thurston County. Right now we're partnering with several church organizations and to bring this much needed service to the community. And people are coming in, they're just so excited to be there. And what we want to do is we want to create a community of people coming together, learning about the different agencies around town, getting different services all in one place. So that's the overall goal of the shower trailer. So we're so excited. And I know that Peter is just busting to say something about this too. So Peter, go ahead and chime in.
Okay, yes, I'm on the board of Build a Bus Home, and I got involved about 1.5 years ago when we started to develop the shower power trailer and try and get that out in the community. It turned out that it was a fairly simple concept, just to provide showers in a large trailer and invite homeless people, but it took a lot of organizing in order to get that to happen. We had to work with the partner organizations like Interfaith Works and Pipe, and we had to work with the city of Olympia to get permission to set up on different sites, and we had to work with churches in order to get their permission to operate on their parking lots, essentially, which is what we've been doing. And we've had a lot of partners to make this happen. So we're really proud to be where we are, providing that service since July 31st.
So you've been doing this for a couple months now, and it is operational. Who wants to tell me how somebody who is homeless and in need of the bus showers, how do they find it? What are the protocols? What do they do?
Good question on that. So we actually have a flyer that we send out and distribute. Plus, we give that to the social service providers providing services to homeless in the area, to the shelters, as well as all the other agencies that are facing the public. So we also have it on our website and our Facebook page. It's word of mouth. It's really growing so far. So the more people that are hearing about it, the better. So that's how we're doing that.
Your website is buildabushome.org. Want to tell everybody that right now. But I think what everybody wants to do is see it. I wondered if we could just watch. You have a great video. produced that we're going to roll in. Why don't we take a look at what it looks like? And this video may answer some other questions.
Recently, last year, the city of Olympia and the county declared a state of emergency for homelessness. A year later, we're finally bringing this service to people, and we're aiding in hygiene. We are so excited to bring our shower trailer to the public, to the homeless in Olympia. And so let's take a look inside. The colored ones are specifically for changing clothes, and the white one will be for showering. But we'll have numbers here for people to hang their things according to the group that you're in. We've got it spaced out, so there's going to be 6 feet between people, and we'll be spraying each stall down after use with soap and water, and then after that dries, then we'll put Briotech multi-surface sanitizer, and that inactivates COVID-19. And so we're sponsored under Brio Earth through Briotech, and they're supplying free products to us to help the hygiene and health of people that need our services.
This is where our journey starts, is right here. This is a 1-inch water hose, 180 feet hose. It goes from the main valve into the 2 boilers. The 2 boilers then heat the water process, and then it goes through the whole shower, out through the sinks. Fresh water is usually the first thing hooked up with the generator, because it gets the water hot as soon as I can have it hot for the people to start using. Then we put our gray system together. Everything's color coded. It goes into our pump station. From the pump station, it pumps it into the water truck. Then when the water truck gets full, we take it down to lots in Olympia, and we dump. This was actually an old firefighter's trailer. It's beyond the fire line for the gentlemen to take showers after they do their firefighting.
This has a disposable towel, and it has slippers in it, so
being in the community and whatnot, it helps so much. Just the little things like this are really helpful, and at least for my community, being homeless and whatnot. So, in this time of all the stressful, things going on, it's just another benefit that you have. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you have to be dirty or you have to, be looked down upon. Not everybody is in that same boat, and it's not a laziness thing. Sometimes having the ability and whatnot is the key.
It's really nice to actually have something like this for people that don't have the opportunity to shower, get clean, but just having a facility is really a blessing, to be honest with you.
What about my immediate community? How do I help serve my immediate community? And this is a way I can. I once went 8 weeks without having a shower. And that was a long time ago. I was in a country where it was in the middle of a revolution. So I know that feeling where you just feel outside of society when you're not clean. And it's miserable, psychologically, not just physically, but psychologically. We're going to see the homeless population explode in the next year. Whatever happens politically, this is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And so we have to find ways to provide people with the means to maintain their dignity and their health and their comfort while they're without shelter.
there's 3 things that we really want to solve: personal health, public health, and environmental health. We're really looking for dedicated, beautiful human beings to be volunteers. People who have the heart for helping homeless and helping in general. We have a contract with the City of Olympia that's giving us some startup money. It won't last for very long. It's $8,000. We're very excited to have that. Please, if you know corporations, personal foundations, anywhere that can help us out, we really need to spread the word and help as many people as possible, you know? It's just so important.
Hi, welcome back to Mission Nonprofit. If you're just joining us, our guest this month is Build a Bus Home, and we just saw a video about their shower trailer. And this has been a challenge because you're doing this under COVID pandemic precautions, and you didn't expect that when you built this shower. You have like 17 stalls all next to each other. Tell me about how that's been, operating this trailer with the COVID-19 pandemic happening.
Good question. We weren't expecting the launch during COVID, but we ended up doing that very thing, and we had to adapt. So we figured it out. So, like you said, there's 17 stalls. So on one side, it has 12 stalls. So we broke it down so that there's 6 feet enough room on each side, and there's a change showering area. So now there's just 4 stalls, and we alternate. So it goes 11, 9, 7, and 5. And then the other side has 5 stalls, and so 2 of those are being used. And that's primarily being utilized for people that are families, as well as people that are couples, and those that know each other, live together, might be just friends, and they're comfortable with each other, so we put them in that space. And then we've had so many people saying, wow, what a change this has made in my life. And look, I feel good. And that is so delightful for me. It's the best part. It really is. Seeing the faces.
And this company you mentioned, Briotech, they're the ones that supply your cleaning agent. Is that correct? And they donate that to you?
Yeah, it's actually a disinfectant.
Okay.
And so we're cleaning with soap and water. And then once that dries, then we're going through and spraying the Briotech on every surface that gets touched, as well as those that have just been washed. And it inactivates COVID-19 pandemic virus. So very, very effective. And we're the only shower that's using their product. And Briotech is made right here in Woodinville in Washington. So very local. Yes, the chief medical director is a father to a friend of ours, and so it's just been a beautiful relationship, and people are so happy that they get a free bottle too. Everyone that volunteers, as well as those that come as guests, will get a free bottle of Briotech for their personal use.
Yeah, we'll send one to you, Robert.
If I go and volunteer?
Right? Yeah.
Excellent. That's a great idea. There's some motivation for you. So you're looking, on that subject, you're looking for volunteers to help operate this. I'm sure you're looking for people to donate money so you can keep this going.
Yes.
What are other things that volunteers might do, and how do volunteers find you?
Okay, good question. So our volunteers are many. So we have several different areas. So we've got our on-site operation, which is guest services for one area, and then equipment services on the other. So getting everything set up, getting the gray water, the fresh water, and all the tables, the canopies, everything set up for us. And then we go and set up our tables. And then we have the guests come in, and they get their COVID check, and then move on to the scheduling and storage location, and then go on to their shower. And so
And it's a rewarding volunteer experience because like you said, they feel so good afterwards. And don't you feel good after you get a shower? I mean, I feel great after I get a shower.
Yeah, it's one of those things that people just take for granted. You get up, you have a shower, you cook your breakfast, you go to work. It's kind of the routine, and we don't think about it, that other people don't have access. And that's what we're bringing. And so the volunteers will help, can help on site. They can also do behind the scenes at home work. So if somebody's just staying home, and that's wonderful, we need your skills. So whatever skills you might want to bring to us and that you want to share with people, please give us a ring either at 360-890-3133 or go to our website, buildabushome.org, And you can see how to donate on the homepage and then our volunteer page to get involved. We'd love to talk with you.
You know, when you think about the social and economic impacts of not being able to shower, if a person has a job interview, I mean, how would you feel? How would I feel going to a job interview unshowered? A rental application, a rental interview, even purchasing products or applying for services. I personally don't feel good if I have to make public appearances when I'm not showered. So we put people in that position, and it just has broader implications on how to make life just a little bit easier for people if they have showers available to them.
Yeah, and Larry, you were going to talk more about the public health impacts of this program.
Well, I'll do that real briefly. I know our time's limited, but when folks think about shower power, about being able to access showers, usually we think about the individual implications, which I just talked about. But there are also public health implications in this time of COVID and other diseases spreading, and there are environmental health implications. People that use this service typically live outside. They're considered, in many cases, unsheltered. And being able to provide the service and dispose of the products of the shower in a safe way does have an impact on the environment, as well as public health, as well as individual health. So there are really three targets we're shooting for here. The most measurable is personal health, personal hygiene, but we shouldn't lose track of the other two as well, public health and environmental health.
When you guys were envisioning this, planning this, and you have the two sides of the trailer before COVID, what was it going to be like? You've had men in one side, women in the other side. I see you've adapted to, you have the families on one side, and then you have the other side. How does it work with different sexes taking a shower in the same trailer?
Good question. So generally, how we're getting more men, single men, than couples and families. So we use the larger side for the men, and the other side for families and women. So that way there isn't a long wait, and we can get it flowing. Oh, and we also have the shuttle van that we're using. So we're a wonderful sponsor. Intercity Transit has a community van program, and so they've sponsored us, so we're able to transport guests from where they are to us and back. And so we're coordinating that with our network of social service agencies as well. And so we're wanting to connect with all the different locations where the majority of people are that want a ride, get a shower, come back home and do what they need to do for the day. And, you know, a lot of us don't think about this very thing. I just was reminded the other day when I was talking with one of our guests that comes back time after time, and I pick her up and her husband. And she was saying that it is the most amazing thing that people don't think that homeless people have a life and have things that they got to do during the day, just like those of us that are housed. She reminded me about that. We don't often talk about that in society at all. People are critical of homeless people, and it hurts them. It's painful, and you know, we're trying to help that, and it's very rewarding.
They probably have a lot more to do because of, you know, all the obstacles that they have to live with. You know,
Well,
they're probably even busier than we are.
How do you shop? What do you do? You can't keep it cold. Can't keep things stored. So you have to go shop every day.
Right.
Or go to the food bank, or go to your neighbors who has conglomerate foods together. You know? I mean, it's just such a challenge.
Well, right now you set this up on Saturdays at Evergreen Christian Church, but you may not always be there. You may be going to different places, but that's where you are now. So what are kind of like, what does the future look like for new locations for the bus, or an additional times and things like that?
So yeah, our next location is going to be at Unity of Olympia Church, which is on the west side, beginning on November 4th, November 3rd, Election Day, Tuesday. So that's going to replace our Tuesday that we were set up with Evergreen. And then they started school, so we went to Saturdays for a time. And then after November, hopefully we'll start a downtown location on Saturday, downtown Olympia. So that's the plan. And then we're going further out into the county as well. We're talking with Yelm at the moment as well. So they're looking for a location. So yes, it's it's really cool to be able to expand. So the more we expand, the more we need help, the more money we need, the more people, the more behind the scenes people, the excitement, and bringing the message to the masses. So that's what we're all about.
I'm really glad you mentioned volunteers, Lisa, because this whole thing hangs on the goodwill of volunteers that are willing to help out.
Yeah, exactly. And we're all volunteers ourselves. We're completely all volunteer organization. So, and we are fiscally sponsored by our wonderful organization called Angels for Angels. They're in Seattle, and they take care of all of our donations, process our donations, so everyone gets their tax discount. And that way we can help the masses until we become our own 501c3 down the road soon. So, very exciting.
So the more donations you get, the more volunteers you get, the more people you can help. So
that's right. Plus, we're also moving into our next phase with creating our bus into washers and dryers, which we've gotten a donation for already. So we just need to finish this outfitting this bus so that it can become washers, dryers, compost toilets, and a complete accessible bathroom with a lift that comes in the back of the bus.
Oh, perfect.
And that way we will be accessible.
Excellent.
Then that will be a well-rounded, complete hygiene.
And the city of Olympia helped you with this with a grant that helped you get the shower trailer going. Do you see them helping you out more, like maybe with the washer and dryer bus? And can we hope for that?
Yep. Yep. It's probably going to take about 30,000. So the more people that can help out, the better. Physical labor as well down the road. We're going to be doing the actual construction on the bus. So people that have that ability, that have that interest, join us on that as well. So keep up on our website at buildabushome.org and keep in touch with us at info@buildabushome.org.
Perfect.
Phone number again, 360-890-3133.
Yeah, maybe somebody's out there watching and they know how to do this. They've done it before. I've built one of those. Come help you guys.
Come on, we need you.
Call them up. Well, we are almost running out of time. Are there any other things that you guys would like to discuss? Let's start with you, Lisa. Anything else that you would like to bring up, mention, or tell the public about?
Help us make the dream more and more of a reality.
Okay. And how about you, Larry? Tell us anything else that we didn't talk about that you would like to mention before we go.
Well, we have some strategic partnerships, which Peter will probably want to expand upon. And we do have a longer term plan. So organizations that want to team up with us are welcome to access to our planning documents. And I don't know if you want to talk about our association with the churches, Peter, or not, but it might be a good thing to talk about that.
Sure. Yes, I wanted to mention a couple things. One is that we've been supported by the Community Foundation, which has been wonderful. They gave us our first grant last year, and it was really a key need at the time just to get off the ground, as well as the contributions from the city of Olympia. And we are, of course, working closely with several churches and even with the faith Alliance for Tiny Houses, which has been very interested in this operation all along. So we're making presentations at churches. We're kind of working with the churches to provide donations and volunteers. So especially my church, United Churches of Olympia, has been very forthcoming in this area, and we're looking for other churches to come in and join us.
And again, thanks to Evergreen Christian Community for their help with this project. Nobody has to step forward; they decided to, and they've got the space, and it's been a really nice way for us to get this kicked off.
Well,
Excellent.
you know, that's a good lead-in. Evergreen has been a support for the homeless community for several years, and you know that they donated a lot of money to the homeless coordinator position a couple of years ago. So yes, they are very committed to our homeless community and wanting to help them help themselves, and that's what we're trying to do as well.
All right.
I thank you so much. This is so wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show, the three of you. Thank you for what you do, and I hope you can grow and become even bigger. More shower trailers, washer and dryer trailers, homes, the works.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Glad to be on here.
That's all we have for you. Please visit their website at buildabushome.org or call 360-890-3133. You can also find them on Facebook at Build a Bus Home. Watch Mission Nonprofit on Channel 77 on Sundays at 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., Fridays at noon, and Saturdays at 2:30 a.m., 10 a.m., and 6:30 p.m. You can also catch it online at tcmedia.org. See you next time.
Support for Mission Nonprofit is provided by Thurston Talk.